Thank you so very much for joining me here. This is your weekly love reading. It's for September 22nd through 28th, 2025. There's a big shift in the masculine energies, in our self-worth, our confidence, and our power to receive this love and this union in an intimate connection and partnership together here, where you two are in love together and God is in charge over your lives, over your union is also what I'm hearing. So it's like God is the Godhead of the union, of the marriage, of the covenant, and of your life and lifestyle, right? So this is all a continuation of an alignment coming through. There's a lot the past few weeks about, and I'm hearing heart tonic again with that, about releasing matrix belief systems around the sacred feminine, the goddess energies, the body, the sexuality, all of these sorts of things, and where we can, instead of shifting out of that matrix vantage point, to shift into the hero's gamos marriage, the sacred union, the sacred sexuality, and being in love together, making love together here, and how the power of that in Holy Girl union, as you two as creator counterparts, the power of creation that the two of you hold when you harness all of those energies and apply it to creating, alchemically creating together in union. And so the old way of being in a relationship and marriage is what's dissolving for this new way. So however it's been playing out for the two of you, whether it's a belief system here, we did a lot of clearing in the extended reading last week, of releasing these old energies and points of attraction to align with the kingdom marriage template here. And so for this week, for the two of you, we have the Six of Wands. This was last week as well in your final outcome and action steps for the two of you. So now is showing that the victory is here. You've definitely, since last week, been moving through this. Now it's time to rest. And it feels like, well, this is a message card here, but maybe there's something next or something coming next here. But for now, and this is around the messages coming through, I'm still seeing this week. So it's like clearing out the mirroring justice again. There's going to be, this Libra season is going to be very helpful for justice for the two of you, the scales of balance, and getting the two of you in the same blueprint and the same match, the same persona together is also what I'm hearing. So everything's going to get into balance with this Libra season. So the duality from mirroring and those sorts of paradigm, I think it's a belief system as well, is dissolving here this week. So when this completely, like the triggers, the ego, the point of attraction with the duality inception point is being removed. So, and then when that's cleared, these more information is going to continue coming in. So there's a purification also going on this week. So this is where the rest and rejuvenation, letting the energies clear out and then bringing in more energy, right? So let's see. I think the solar plexus looks really good now. The heart chakra looks really good now. We've got the Two of Cups really good as well for you in your thoughts towards the union with the thinking woman here. And the man card here. This is actually the messenger card in this deck. So I think it's shifting now. You're still processing through this, and this feels like who you're welcoming in. What masculine, divine masculine, are you welcoming in to have union with? And I think because there was so much around this last week here, I feel like some stuff's clearing out of the body to help you. Deception, it's like a virus in the body is clearing out so that you can get more clarity on action steps towards this divine masculine here, and or towards who you're allowing, accepting into your space for a relationship, or accepting into your mind could be another thing. Like where who are you thinking about here? Is this the right channel to be focusing my thoughts on, the right person to be thinking about, all of these sorts of things, however this is playing out for you. So there's something here, it's like your masculine component of self really needs this cleared up. So I think it's a point of attraction with the masculine and your own internal masculine dialogue happening here around achieving success in union with your divine, with your king counterpart here I'm seeing. So if you're deceiving yourself, um it's, or you're just staying stuck under the spell of the matrix, this is going to be a continuation of these things breaking out. And I'm hearing you're shielded and protected by the Most High God, so these things won't come back in and continue like attaching to you and draining from you here any longer. We have the Two of Pentacles, so Two of Cups, Two of Pentacles, with walking away here from the serpent. So this is like really important for you, especially because you had, this is like the Jezebel spirit, the devil sends this entity. This is like a masculine and feminine devil, right? So the serpent would be the feminine form of this devil. The devil card was last week in your reading here as well, to help you see like where this point of attraction is out of balance, to help you keep getting the truth, to say no, right, and set boundaries and walk away from this entity here, people that embody this entity, to get back into balance. So this is a purification, the Two of Pentacles and walking away. As this purifies out, you're going to get back into balance and you're going to be able to continue moving forward here. So it's about getting the messages around this and trusting yourself, listening to yourself here, letting things, I know I'm talking fast, but the messages are coming through really quickly here. Letting the what's collapsing here, the conflicts, let the conflicts need to go for sure is what I'm seeing it as. There's something here like with keeping you stuck, earthbound to the old earth and regressing and going backwards. So this is where like the detachment requiring releasing here. And I feel like part of this is, again, it's either a belief system or maybe a person you're choosing to be pursuing for this union, or however this might be. There's some component of your self-esteem, your value, your worth, your confidence to cut cords with, so you can resurrect in this new earth timeline and be free of that and not be like tied down into the old earth. I feel like this is going to, I'm hearing religion as well. There might be some phenomenon in the ankles, the knees, the legs, the feet, the right side of the body here. As this clears up and releases. So we'll focus on clearing, detaching you here so you can have this rebirth, so you can walk away from this entity. I feel like it's got to come through, though, your own truth and to be accepting the truth. So definitely not ignoring the details here of the information. So the messages for you might be coming in through meditation, through the guidance, through the intuition here. But definitely things that I'm going to suggest, the things that feel very conflicting. Again, I'm seeing mirroring, rejection, wounding. If this is continually being reciprocated to you, it's a false start. And I'm hearing a twin flame dynamic. If you're continuing following that twin flame narrative and twin flame belief system and twin flame 3D relationship, this is, I think, where you're going to continue getting stuck and staying stuck. And it's like we can reverse those belief systems. And now I see the messages coming in. I think it's like allowing God to show you a new way. I talk about this all the time, but this week is another week of unraveling where the trauma or the core wounding. I'm hearing the throne of God. I continually am seeing like a detaching off of the ankles, off of the feet. It's like something's victimhood trying to just pull you down here and not let you walk away, and so if it's like, because the program of the mirroring, for example, or the runner chaser is so embedded in your system, this is the false start and false narratives. For example, right, if these are the belief systems that are keeping you tied to the old in bondage, that needs to be released, especially if you're feeling guided to like not participate in that narrative any longer, and to not be ignoring this basically. So I feel like some of this is already like you're already getting this understanding, but maybe it's like I'm guided to make this change, but that means I have to reject this narrative or reject this belief system. Or maybe it's a group of people. I think maybe the whole community, there could be a whole connection in there here in that twin flame community for some of you that like you don't want to let go of. And it could be like your role in that dynamic, that people pleaser is what I'm hearing, that if you're not that, then who and what are you, right? And this is the walking away, to let these things end here and transmute this week into the light. And then you're going to have the inner union manifest, and then closure, so you can move on here. We do have the Tower card. I think this is what needs to really collapse this week for sure, with the door to spirit, so you can move on. And then the Sun card with this path. I think it's the equinox could be really blasting this information here through to the end of the month. This next week ahead is the opportunity to go. Again, I'm seeing it's connected to truth. I'm hearing narratives and belief systems, right? So through Gnostic wisdom, God will teach you the way to this union, right? So if you're open to that narrative, that would be very beneficial, is what it feels like here. So God, show me the way, show me what to do. Show me how to get this love, right? I think part of the thing is like focusing on a person is detrimental here in some ways, that instead of like, I'm hearing it like more about focusing on the lifestyle you want to have. Like, God, how do I get this lifestyle? How do I get this kingdom marriage, this home, this family that I want for myself, or maybe a partner to work with, create with, work in service with, build wealth with? Like, how do I get to this position here? And show me the way. And that could be like all that's needed to release the grips and move forward here this week. So something's going to collapse. Something with the Sun card is like being shown to you. It's really in your face this week. I feel like very clear, very aware here for you to not be rejecting this because of a rejection. Wounding is also what I'm hearing. And like, you don't want to stay stuck being that victim, because the consciousness and the persona is now been created and revolved around this pursuit of union, and you're the feminine and you're in separation and all the narrative stuff, right? I think that's where like the financial loss continues as well here, is also what I'm hearing. 4 Pentacles. So this could be like the financial, connected to the financial loss. I think that's grievances. Could be like part of participating in certain narratives here, is also like opening you up to drain your solar plexus, drain your energy, and then your ability to feel good, be productive, create wealth for yourself here, determination. I think a lot of this has been depleted because of the viewpoint of like you're in a situation of sacrificing here and waiting and loss, and it's definitely, I don't know the right words right now, but it's a persona that keeps you down here from your accomplishments, is what it feels like, where you can just be right up here, and energetically and health-wise especially. And it's a rejection wound and a rejection template, and that this can just be given up by not participating in a belief system, or the narrative is what feels like that you're being rejected, especially if your inner child, if this is the wound, the rejection, maybe Look at childhood, look at the trauma, look at mom and dad. Did dad leave? Did parents divorce you? Was there conditional love? Was there a narcissistic parent? Where did this pattern start for you? And where can you heal this seed point so you're not allowing this narrative to play out in your marriage and your adult life, right? We have community with that. This is where I feel like it is connected with the twin flame community. And then number 15, the bear card. So this is about you being stable and strong and protecting yourself, following your destiny, following your north node here. And I feel like not letting this inception point from this community, this twin flame community, come in and steal from you. And I think ultimately this is what's persona is what's been going on here for many people. And the regression that's been happening from this template siphoning your energy. I see like the body's not able to flush energy, like the lymphatic system, the circulatory system. There could be some sort of stagnation in the body created from this as well, because like everything's on hold is what it feels like. Nothing's able to move and flow and grow and evolve in your life. And so this could be the patterning that you feel like is like, my life's been on hold and going backwards since I started this twin flame thing, for example, right? But figuring out where this is in this community, in this belief system, with your core wounding, with the way you were raised, like where it doesn't necessarily need to be the twin flame community, but this rejection template, where this is, you're participating in that narrative here. And I just think a lot of it is the twin flame community, because these are not twin flame readings, these are holy girl readings, but everyone comments about their twin flame constantly. So I know that that's kind of the template that people are on here, where this is, that's a 3D union, this is 5D union here, and it's a totally different template of equality. And so instead of this depletion, and especially with the feminine, I feel like that whole community was created to block unions and take the feminine's life force energy. It's just another matrix agenda here of siphoning our life force energy and power. And especially during this pivotal time when we are coming into full union for the age of Aquarius, there is no more separation and duality here. And I'm seeing like the battery is totally low for the feminine, like the feminine isn't stuck here. Again, dominant masculine suppression of the feminine matrix systems here, Gregorian calendar. It's just another way to prevent this expansion, because once you two are in union here, you two are whole. They cannot separate you. They cannot divide you. Again, they cannot take anything from you. They cannot attach to you. There's no feeding the beast when you're back in union. So they're doing everything they can to prevent these unions from unfolding. And I feel like this twin flame thing started around the 70s or the 80s here, and it's been growing because that's when like a lot of the light workers, we're starting 80s, 90s, we're all coming, birthing onto the earth, the crystal children, like the paradigms, and they knew that, right? They knew that. So they just, I feel like, got in there, and this is another program that needs to be deleted of the 3D matrix system here. So if that community speaks about that for you, and or wherever this follows through here for you, whether it's, again, the family, the programming, the culture, the religion, community, where the community is for you here, that you got to take the charge back, the lead back here, and pull back all your resources and your energy, and not let anything get leaked out, especially around this mirroring stuff I continually keep seeing. And another week of the veil thinning on this layer here. So you can make the free will choice to say no to the serpent, to the devil, and remove yourself from participating in their games. And then we can continue forward without that here, right? And so it'll transmute this week. There's a lot of clearing. I think it's more going to be around the truth of this, though. So I know everybody's at different layers, different levels. So fit this in however this makes sense. And if it doesn't make sense, don't try and fit this into what you're personally going through here. But there's certainly, the light is shining on what needs to be revealed for you here this week, so you can have this successful victory. And so for your counterpart, they've got the Five of Swords this week. You had that last week, I believe, with the man holding their heart and then the tree card. So this could be a father-son wound here, because it's the mask. Burping right away. It's more solar plexus clearing here. More emotional releasing is happening. Changes are happening so they can get more stable in who they are. This is, I think, their program is the masculine, generational masculine patterning here, and reciprocal. Like there's got to be the feminine actually coming in here to help them heal. Some of the energy that I think was coming through last week was about trauma with, maybe this was the extended reading, trauma with mother, and if mother yelled at them when they were a child, right, that could have, and if that was a patterning, like don't do that, like that kind of naggy yelly all the time, if that was kind of the pattern, then that could be their belief system around women, for example, that women always yell, women are always gonna yell at me, put me down, argumentative stuff like that, creating a wall, right? And so they don't let the feminine in. So this is some of the, I'm hearing karmic abuse structures here as well. So whatever's been ingrained in them here, that's been handed down, that came from their parents, came from their grandparents, came from their childhood here, came from the matrix programs around the masculine. This is what's purifying out for them, especially so that they can embody more love, more of their feminine, more emotions, healthy emotions, right? Unconditional love. This is like what they need, because they're learning to have sacred Hieros Gamos union with the feminine, which requires love, unconditional love, and being in love. And so if they can't access the love, they can't have that intimate partnership with their feminine here with you, right? So we've got the Fool card, good, with the journey, really, really, really good. And then unconditional love, the Dog card. So this is their beginning to this path of unconditional love. So they've chosen to have this be taught, be mentored and taught around unconditional love and deservingness and worthy to have love. And they're seeing this truth this week is the way I'm seeing it. I think very clear. There is movement. It looks like receiving some peace and closure with the past here as well. So if there have been repeated patternings that brainwashed them, this is also what they're letting go of. I have my sage here, but I actually like smell it right now, like it's already burning. So there could be an energy clearing here this week to help assist them here with letting go. So this new beginning, I think that's what the rest and rejuvenation is doing for them here, is clearing out the energies. So especially emotionally, I'm hearing like, so they won't love bomb you. And it feels like love manipulation here, and using love as a tool and a control system here as well. So there's a paradigm shift. So that could have been how they were raised, right? If there was conditional love and a punishment and reward system and stuff like that, that might be like, now they use their love and affection as a punishment tool or a reward tool, or as a tool to get what they want and have their way. That's being deprogrammed out here. We've got the Three of Pentacles in their blocks with the blossoming abundance, and then the wealthy man coming through. So they want to mature. This is the divine masculine Christ here. They want to be self-reliant, self-abundant here. They want to be able to come to the table offering you money and stability and equality here, not coming in and taking that from the feminine, which is what you're putting an end to here as well, not letting everything get just depleted out here. So they also see like they cannot do that to the feminine here, and especially they can't use love and emotions to get the feminine attached and then abuse that so they can take what they want, right? And so this is their new beginning, that they're getting into alignment, and I feel like they're becoming the best version of themselves here to show up as the divine masculine Christ that's ready to give you true unconditional love and be that provider and protector. And so we've got the 8 of Pentacles in their action steps with the thinking man and then the navigation card. This is my flip card here. So definitely a new direction, a breakthrough is happening here. Cycles are ending. They're going to keep working on this, or putting a lot of effort and work into, they've made this decision 100%. With the 5 of Swords, it could be them putting an end to the internal dialogue around this here, and what they've been doing here. I'm hearing witch spells with this. But they're changing within themselves. They've seen the problem within themselves. They know where they have to correct their behavior. They want to be a better man here, better divine masculine, and show up in the right way and continue having that be the new cycle. Which is all connected with this unconditional love. So we do have a rebirth as the final outcome for the 2 of you this week. Wow, financial constraints in the Fox entity. This is like what I feel, especially for the feminine here, is where this, it's definitely for the feminine. So they don't want to be dependent on the feminine, and you also need to stop letting people be dependent on you, especially when it comes to the money, the sacral chakra, your feminine energy, what you're creating. So money, health, sexuality, life force energy, creativity, all the sacral chakra here, all connected with the Fox entity and the financial restraints. Especially I'm seeing around the masculine and intimacy with the masculine. So there's an alignment for sure happening here this week that's shifting the paradigm, where the women are not going to be objectified in to feed the masculine here any longer. A new system's going to come in place. This is going to go to the solstice, I believe. So from this equinox to the December solstice, this is going to be a 3-month paradigm shift of the new divine masculine Christ and the sovereign feminine, where her inner masculine is also healed and matured and evolved, and he will protect her. He will protect her money, her health, her body, her life force energy, what she's creating and birthing. So you're going to do this within yourself, within your own inner union, and they're also going to make these changes within themselves and as the divine masculine here. So it's all about the feminine, to, again, the goddess, to honor and respect the divine feminine Christ and treat her as an equal counterpart to create with. So we'll continue looking into what the energies are this week. This could be all connected with Venus and Virgo here as well, to get her power and position back up, especially around understanding and knowing this truth. So I think once you really get clear on this, there's no way you're gonna like sacrifice yourself and your health and your body and your money, where I'm just being taken. Like sometimes I have clients and they're so they've given so much away to this twin flame thing, and energetically they've got this has happened multiple times. So I feel like it's a kind of common occurrence that in that community, the feminine puts her walls down, she overgives, and then energetically in spirit, they feel the energy around them. They think it's their counterpart, and they're letting entities continue creating damage and taking and siphoning and feeding off of them, all while this person thinks they're doing it for their masculine. This is their masculine and stuff like that. When it's an entity, right? The devil, the snake, they do whatever they can to get in and manipulate, right? Wherever it is for you, that little hole of entry is for you, which is definitely connected to like a trauma. So this is a core wounding, right? Something that you're susceptible in, right? And so sometimes clients come and they've lost like really everything. They're at a rock bottom point, all because they've continually given everything away to this entity, not even realizing here, like, I shouldn't be doing that. Like, that's not right. Like, they're almost confused. It's like they've been so programmed and brainwashed to give everything away to the devil through that system, through that community, that their discernment's completely gone. And to see, like, God would never do that to me. This isn't of the light. Needs another person to come in and help them see things more clearly sometimes, right? So, and clear this all up. And vindication is also what I'm hearing. So, I mean, I've just want to mention, like, I've seen a lot, many times over the past 10 years of how that community just really, nonsense is what I'm hearing, gets the feminine in there to just completely tear her down and rebuild her into what they want her to be, as a battery to continue supplying that system, that community, that entity, on. So just be mindful, to be open, to be aware of your discernment, what is of the light. Like, be very on high alert and observe every thought, every belief. I feel like this will really help this week and even get help, talk to somebody. If you want a one-on-one session, they're open right now, to look into, like, you might be so enmeshed into a person or a belief that it's hard to see clearly what the truth is, right? So, especially around your value and worth and victimhood, to support this final ending as a collective end this week here, and put an end to this duality is also what I'm hearing here as well. So yeah, it's a very sensitive topic, I feel like, and very triggering. So just process it through it in your own way. And especially, like, it's the messages coming through the veil to help you get the truth, to continue seeking that truth, I think, and that clarity will be very beneficial, onto where things are being depleted out of your life. And to be thinking about that here as well, because it's all connected with the sacral chakra here. And whether it's your money, your health, your job, your time, your energy, your mind, where your thoughts are, your emotions, your happiness or sadness, like, what is constantly empty? Where's your cup constantly empty in your life? And is that empty because you're giving that away to the twin flame narrative, right? Possibly, and or to the trauma, to the belief system. Where has this been for you here to help resolve what this is? We're going to be working with the Heart's Hidden Secrets Oracle card deck in this week's extended reading. So we'll do everything we can in this week's extended reading to have a deep dive and go into revealing the truth for you, get the secrets revealed so that you can receive the truth and accept and integrate the truth here to make changes, so you're in a very sovereign, healthy embodiment position. You're in your power, you're thriving, you're abundant, you're overflowing, you're healthy, you're happy, you're wealthy by yourself as an independent divine feminine here. And this masculine's becoming the independent divine masculine here as well, to come to not take from you, but to give with you, to grow together with you. And this is the alignment we're going to be continuing moving forward with for this age of Aquarius. So if you'd like to join us, the link is down below. And if you do need one-on-one support, the link is down below for a private session as well. Thank you so very much for joining me here. God bless you and have a very blessed week. Take care.